Meltem, you want to share your screen? Go ahead. Great. Okay. And Meltem, could you, let's see if I mute all. Okay, I muted everyone, but please feel free to come out of your muteness as needed. And, but welcome to Design the Life You Love, the new normal edition. We are this is our tea number 27. And our heart is still beating with excitement at being here together. I mean, for me, this is the best part of my week. And thank you for coming. We have a great creative warm-up that Meltem created from scratch. And then we're going to do our metamorphosis exercise. And we have a very special guest, Chang, today, who's an amazing designer in a category where few people have ventured before her. So that's going to be amazing. And with that, let's get started. All right, these are our foundational principles. You know them, and I'll repeat them just to get us into the space. We're going to think like designers, and that is thinking with empathy for ourselves and for others. We're going to have optimism, which is much needed these days, but no matter how hard the problem, together we can come up with better solutions. We're going to think holistically, see the big picture and connect the dots in different ways. We're going to collaborate and learn from each other and build on each other's ideas. And we're going to do all this with an open mind. And last week we tried this with wrong thinking. You know that sometimes our best ideas come from the worst places. So why not? Let's have an open mind. And a big part of thinking like a designer is also thinking playfully. And that's why you're all here. We're having tea and we're playing together. And when we're playing, we're not afraid of making mistakes. There are no mistakes here. We're just trying to think about our life differently. So with that, oh, I need a volunteer. I don't know if T has joined us. And isn't that really cute, T for T? But who wants to read this quote for us? Please unmute yourself. Oh, Mama, go for it. Yeah.
You have to find that purpose that drives you. It's not to make more money or that this is an opportunity to cash in. It's that purpose that resonates with your soul that will keep you going through this crazy entrepreneurial journey. T. Chang.
Thank you, Martha. You
I
did
like
a
that.
Beautiful job. Is that cool?
Yeah, that's great. Yep.
I needed to be reminded of that because sometimes I feel like we're all in a race trying to make money or have the right opportunities or be at the right place at the right time. And so this kind of just, right? It kind of grounds you. So with that, Meltem, this is your creative warm-up. Tell us what you want us to do. Oh yeah, it's hard to host and...
No, it's good. Okay. This week, we're going to draw something that is or has become essential to us. And I did an example. And for me, it was, but it's more important right now these times, friendship. So I wanted to express friendship as 2 threes entwined together. And please feel free to draw what you have as in mind that has become essential to you.
Great. Thank you, Meltem. So in this moment, what has become essential to you? Draw it. I hope everybody has a nice pen. I do. Ooh. How's that? And you know this, if you've been here before, we don't need to draw beautifully. We just need to draw and warm up our right brains, our creative side. And by this time, I've done, I don't know, hundreds of Design the Life You Love sessions with thousands of people. So I know, even if you haven't drawn since first grade, you can still draw. So just draw some stick figures and imagine what has become or already is essential to you. And this could be many things, right, Maltam? It could be an essential feeling, it could be an essential object, an essential space, an essential person, an essential pet.
I was first like, should I draw my office chair, which is essential these days? Or like something else? But then I really thought friendship for me was the most important thing.
Yeah. And Maltam, this drawing is so beautiful, you could send it to your friends and say, you're essential to me.
Thank you. I will.
All right. Let's do another moment.
To stop sharing so we can see.
Perfect. Oh, and Annette's mom is here. Hi, Anna Marie. Thank you for joining us. And then Jennifer is here. Patricia is here. Verda, you're here. Lovely. And today, many of you are not on video. That's totally okay. And Denise, I have a new book for you. Hi, Gonzalo.
Awesome, I'm all ready for it.
Okay, those of you who've met Denise through the teas know that she's, since the sheltering in place started, you're in book number 130 something?
205 now.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I passed 200.
I don't. I think you need to come back as a guest and teach us how to read prolifically. This is crazy. Okay, I'm reading this book by David Chang. It's called
Eat a Peach.
Eat a Peach.
Eat a Peach. I love that book.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I can't even suggest the book to Denise. This is ridiculous.
So I've been waiting for Eat a Peach, and actually I told Indrani about Eat a Peach because she loves peaches. But also audio version of it too is great. Yeah, but that's probably one of the best books all year.
I love it.
Hands down.
It's very yeah.
It's only been out
very
like
humbling.
so. Yeah.
Very honest. Cool.
Yep. And just great about his life, and then it's fabulous. Yep.
Yeah.
Hi, that's a double thumbs up.
Double thumbs up. Okay, hold on.
Now I have to read it. I have to read it.
You have to read it.
I think there was an album by the Allman Brothers named that.
Eat a Peach.
You guys remember that? Yeah, one of them got hit by a peach truck on his motorcycle, so they named the next album Eat a Peach.
Oh, jeez.
All right.
No, highly recommend it. Yep.
Lainey, thank you for joining us. Oh, and T Chang is here. Where's T Chang? Hi, Lainey.
I'm so happy to be here. Thanks, Ayse.
I'm so happy you made it. And look, Pame also joined us after, like,
hi, lady.
Hi, Pame. In fact, I was just talking about you, which is so weird.
Oh boy, I hope there were good things.
All good things.
Oh, lovely.
And hi, Kim. Good to see you. And T is here. Hi, T. I was just saying how cool it is. T for tea.
Yeah. I get
sorry,
that a
I had
lot.
to make that joke.
No, I love it. I love those jokes.
It's
I'm
kind
all
of
about dad
perfect for
jokes.
here.
Mhm.
Okay, so let's do a show of, okay, so I talked too much and I didn't do drawing, but you all did. So what's an essential in your life? Oh, that's funny. All right.
A book too.
Let's see. I'm going to try and unmute everyone. Can I do that? No, I can mute you all. But I was going to say, Karen, hold yours for a second. Everybody hold yours so we could do a group picture. And if you can unmute yourselves and we do like a lightning round of our essentials. Karen, you were here first. So what's your essential? And then Martha and Johnny, and we'll just go down the line.
My essential is my puppy, Eddie, who gives me unconditional love.
It's what? I didn't hear you.
My puppy, Eddie.
Oh, your puppy. Oh, so cute.
I don't know if you can see. He's really tiny.
Oh, there. He's in the middle of a pillow. Very cute.
And
Thank you.
my felines, my two cats, Tashi and I'm learning to speak cat, and they're learning some English.
Very cool. And then Indrani, I don't know if we have time to go through
my
everyone,
bathtub.
Your
My bathtub, taking a bath.
Sharon. Sharon,
Yeah.
what's yours?
Mine is freedom.
Freedom. I love
Not
it.
really like a
Penny,
day.
what's yours?
Just escaping into books every day, at the end of the day.
Cool. Pame?
So mine is water.
Water.
So
I
like
love it.
walking by the lake, showers, bubble baths. Water helps whenever anything
Any
gets
kind of
crazy.
water.
Any kind
Very
of
cool.
water.
Yeah. And John? Let's see. I think John is nature.
Outdoors.
Denise?
Time outdoors.
Love it.
Good. Mine is a surge protector, and instead of plugs, I have people, and then I plug them in and out. At the very top is Indrani. I need to plug into her every day for energy.
Okay, I just want to be one of those plugs though, okay?
Oh, you are, of course.
Thank you. I love it. Okay. I started saying we're going to go through everyone, but we don't have time to go through everyone. So will you forgive me? But these are so cool. I love it. And Paula is here. Good to see you, Paula. And Elena, nice. Okay, now let's get back to our tools. Okay, we have this beautiful quote. Who'd like to read our quote?
I'll read it.
Cool.
Each time a woman stands up for herself without knowing it possibly, without claiming it, she stands up for all women. Maya Angelou.
Thank you, Pame. That's a beautiful reading you made. It gives me goosebumps just to think of that.
Beautiful.
Thank you. Beautiful. All right, so we're here together, standing for each other. And our tool of the day, which is one of my favorite tools, is metamorphosis. And today we're going to try a little experiment. Are you ready for that? Experimentation?
Yeah.
Yeah. We're going to think about metamorphosis and then break into breakout rooms and have little conversations. So my prompt to you, take 5 minutes to think about sheltering in place. And before sheltering in place, before COVID, we were caterpillars. What did you have as a caterpillar that you still want to keep? Now we're in the messy middle. We're sheltering in place and really being careful, protecting ourselves. And everything about the caterpillar, almost everything, breaks down and we're remaking ourselves. So what are things we're learning now that we want to keep for the future? And then once we break out of our cocoon, and I can hear Mafa going, that's not the cocoon, Ayse, but I know, Mafa, I'm such a slow learner. And we're going to come out as butterflies, and let's imagine our wings when we had that freedom to hug each other again and be together. And so here's a quick example just to get you started. These are mine. No matter what, before, now, and future, I'm going to deconstruct and reconstruct. That's my kind of way of thinking. And one thing that I'm discovering now is how important it is to love and to show my love and gratitude and not be afraid to do that. And then my wings for the future are you, my collaborators, my super friends, and you all help me fly. And so with that, let's take actually like really fast go with the first thing that comes to your mind. I'm going to keep this, I'm learning this, and here are my wings. And then let's do a quick breakout room for like 10 minutes and talk about it. And you know, like metaphors are a great design tool because they help us think about complex or new things in relation to things we know. So for me, thinking about COVID and this moment through the lens of this metamorphosis metaphor was really helpful, because at the end of the tunnel, I see myself as a butterfly. I see you as butterflies. And this whole middle point being messy, because it is messy. It's like, we're being rebuilt, and it's not easy, it's painful. So it really helps me think about it in a way where I'm like, okay, I understand. The end result is going to be good. So. Oh, chrysalis. Thank you, Mafa. Cool. Oh, and I just saw, let's see, did I see a new person? No? Ooh, Gonzalo, you're holding it up? You want to unmute?
Okay. Do I explain it? Yes.
Yeah, do explain it.
Well,
maybe
caterpillar mode was hardworking. And now with the COVID is trust with my eyes closed. Like you have to trust people without knowing, just by this video conference. And as a butterfly, I would like to keep this renew self-confidence, but with the self in bold, that it's self, no? It's not up to anyone but me, no?
I love that. So, kind of renewed sense of self. Beautiful. Thank you so much, Gonzalo, for sharing. How is everyone doing? Are we ready for our breakouts? Yeah. Okay. Matt-Sam, you want to take us into a breakout room? And again, we're experimenting. Let's see if we like breakout rooms.
You have to do it, Ayse. You're the host.
I have to do it. Okay. Let's see.
But Seda, you and I, we can jump in from room to room.
Okay. We're going to do, hold on 1 second. And Maltam, could you check out if there's anybody in the waiting rooms?
I did already, and I disabled that, so.
Okay. Okay, you have 10 minutes. Please give everybody time to participate in the conversation, and I'll just come visit. See you. Oh, hi, Phoebe and Meredith.
Hi, can you send me back to the breakout room? My mute wasn't unmuting, sorry.
No. Which room you were in? Do you remember?
I think 7.
Okay, let me try that.
Thank you.
Good luck. And then Phoebe, you want to join something? You're good? Okay, you're good. And hi, T.
Hey, so I was there earlier and I had to use the restroom, so that's, but I'm back now.
Okay, you look beautiful.
Oh, well, you gave me a reason to like put my stuff together, you know.
Good for you. I was looking at your pictures the other day and thinking to myself, wow, I really like your style. So.
Oh, thank you. I have a really amazing female photographer, Catalina. She's in Brooklyn, and she does all of my headshots and stuff. Yeah, she is so like such a feminist, and she loves supporting female founders. So if you ever need, you know, like shots and stuff, she's in her studio. You know, she's amazing.
Oh, could you please connect us? I would really welcome that.
Yes, I would love to. I would love to.
I mean, you are beautiful, but the headshots were also just smashing.
No, it's she definitely like just has a great eye in just letting you be you and not try to formulate. Yeah, so I've always used her since the beginning. So yeah,
cool.
She's awesome. Yeah.
Nice. All right, I'm gonna call everyone back.
Okay.
And we're gonna do like just 5 minutes more of like,
of course.
How was that? And then we'll dive into your section.
No, I love it. By the way, I was there for the beginning, and I really love this like community that you've built. It's so nice to have everyone come together. So I love it.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, I'm gonna close all rooms. Hi, Phoebe.
Oh, I went back without saying goodbye.
They're all gonna come back.
Okay.
For the house to make.
Close all rooms. All right, I hope that wasn't too abrupt. Let's see, breakout rooms. Cool.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Oh wow.
I felt like we were in a space shuttle. we had a
made it back to Earth.
So I was like, someone is very indecisive.
That was awesome.
Yeah, that was my
I see. Were you flying us around like a butterfly?
Okay.
Okay.
Ayse, you're on mute.
Okay, I'm gonna mute all. Okay, I muted all, unmuted myself, put you in breakout rooms, then got you out, then put you back in, got you out. So, and I didn't give you a lot of time, but how was that? So our first, I mean, I love breakout rooms, but this is the first time we're doing it here, right? Did you love it?
Yeah, that was great. I didn't know you could do that. It's really, that'll be a handy tool to have in the itinerary. That's good. Thanks.
Yeah, because I was like, there's some great conversations, but we can't all have conversations at the same time. We don't have enough time.
Right.
But then we learn so much from each other. So I hope, I mean, okay, John, you loved it. Who else loved it and why?
It just makes it more personal. It's not just like, oh, I'm seeing these people on the screen. I'm actually really becoming a little intimate with some people, and it's great.
Great.
Yeah, and we can help each other.
Yeah, right?
So cool.
So we should do this going forward.
I like it, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, the only downside is if you draw like a 5-year-old like me, people can really see your drawings. They're like,
Denise,
is that a frying
I only want people who can draw like 5-year-olds. Look, imagine the spirit of that. That's what we're trying to kind of go back to.
I mean,
What else?
that tree earlier, you could sell that. You could sell that as art. That was unbelievable. Yeah.
Very cool. And did anybody learn something that was like amazing? Okay, I know somebody learned something that was amazing. So just unmute yourself.
I was really inspired, to be honest. Everybody is really doing everything they can to contend with this, and the team that I was with, it was great. They're pushing forward, and they don't seem to be inhibited by the situation, and that was inspiring to me. So congratulations and thank you to my two teammates.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing, right? We seem to come together and be this incredible community. I was talking about we're now doing Design the Diversity and Inclusion You Love program, and when we were first pitching it, one of the our clients said, but don't you think, like, what if people are very negative and they have like very extreme viewpoints, and like how would you handle that? And I was like, That's never happened to me. That would be a first, because somehow people who do want to design their lives are very open-minded, optimistic, have a lot of empathy, and collaborative, and very kind to each other. And you know, this community right here is a great example of it, right? So, okay, I get the message from Meltem that I talk too much, which does happen, and we're going to, well, we have an amazing guest. So we're going to invite T, and I'm going to hand my microphone to T, who's an amazing entrepreneur and designer and social activist. And she's also the co-founder of Crave. And T mentioned that the 10th anniversary of her beautiful company Crave is coming up, and with that she wants to share with us, you know, what she's seen in the last 10 years. So T, thank you. And I just love your portrait, you know, if I may say so. And with that, I want to, we're going to come out of our screen and put on our speaker views and listen to you. The floor is yours.
Thank you. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Ayse, for just allowing me to be part of your community. I was there in the beginning, and this is my first time in this workshop, so I really, really enjoyed it. So thank you. And also thank you for my wonderful portrait. So thanks so much. So hi, everyone. My name is T. I have been an industrial designer for the last 18 years. And I have traditionally have always worked on products for people. So they're hard goods like, you know, hairbrushes or bicycles or furniture. And for the last 10 years, I've been working on better and elevating pleasure products for women, such as vibrators. And a lot has changed in the last 10 years, I just have to say, because my anniversary is coming up, founding Crave in November. And I just, I guess, wanted to share a little bit about sort of how this category has evolved and how it fits in with the times that we're in, and how, as an entrepreneur, as a designer, I'm just extremely happy to be working on something that I think is really relevant to particularly women and people with vulvas. So yeah, and I'm happy to take any questions, you know, afterwards. Yeah, so this is a little kind of like a historical, I mean, feel free to unmute yourself and just kind of share with me like some of the things, you know, thoughts that are going through your mind. Because I think in the area of pleasure products, it can be a very loaded and very fun and also very embarrassing. And at the same time, you know, also a very liberating topic to talk about. So, so yeah, I mean, so any questions so far?
I think it's funny that I'm here with my mom.
I mean, you know, it is, you know, I've had, in the 10 years that I've been doing this, we've done pop-up shops, and I've had daughters and sons purchase our product as a gift to their mothers, you know, and I just think that's amazing. And I've also had the opposite. I remember we had a factory party, and I had a woman who was like, hey, I'm buying this. She bought several products. I was like, oh, that's so great. She's like, yeah, I have a young teenager who is going off to college, and I want to buy this for her. And I was like, wow, that is awesome. You're like mom of the year. And she's like, she looked at me, and I don't know if it's because I live in California. I'm in San Francisco. That's where I'm based. And, you know, we're San Franciscan. She was like, yeah, of course I'm going to buy a vibrator for my daughter. Because, I mean, would you go grocery shopping on an empty stomach? Why would I send my daughter off to college without a vibrator? And I was just like mind blown. Like, I've never, you know, she was just the most as matter of factly about this. And in the last 10 years, doing this, more and more my mind is blown, and people are talking about this subject that previously was so taboo and so embarrassing. And it's just such an amazing feeling to see that people are so ready to have a much better conversation around their bodies and around pleasure. So yeah, that's kind of, I can share a lot more stories about these things in the field, but, I can just talk a little bit about where I've been. I started designing sex toys and decided to start my company in 2008. I started my very first venture was a little company called Incognito, just myself. I bootstrapped it with my own money, and actually with just $5,000. That was literally all I had at the time to get this company going. And I used that money to kind of get to a place where I could make these prototypes, because in my mind, I envisioned products for women in a very beautiful, respectful, and in a way that makes you feel good, that you didn't feel like you have to hide your toy after you used it, because which was so common of many vibrators, that people buy these products, they use them, but then they suddenly feel like, oh my God, did I hide them? Did I stash it back into the drawer? And they would just be so embarrassed if someone saw what they were using, And to me, maybe it's my background as an industrial designer, where I look at products from the whole experience. It's not just about the products, it's about how it makes you feel and how you use it, how you use it in your life. I just thought that this whole notion of being embarrassed about your product just had no place in the experience of sex toys. So I was striving to create products that people did not feel ashamed about, and in fact may feel so good that they would actually wear it out, So yeah, that was kind of my vision at the very onset of starting my company. And I launched this company by myself. And then 2 years later, it was purchased by the company, the founder of Crave. Okay, so I became co-founder. He is now my business partner, but he was someone who also saw he's a serial entrepreneur, and he also thought there was a very similar opportunity in the space, that, wow, he comes from a place where as an entrepreneur, but you're also doing good, for the world. But he also had enough wisdom to know that he wanted to create sex toys for women. He needs a female co-founder and also a female designer, which is so different from a lot of other brands where it's coming from a place of a male gaze and from a male point of view. So basically he purchased my company to bring me on board. And since then, I've developed all of Crave's products, which they didn't have any products in it to begin with. They were still in really heavy research phase of asking consumers what they wanted and all that good stuff. So I joined Crave in 2010, and together, I think the whole category of sex toys really sped up rapidly in 2010 up until now. In 2011, Crave, we launched the world's first crowdfunded sex toy. So that was something that I'm really proud of, that we started back in 2011. These days, everyone's crowdfunding something, but back then we were really the first to have a crowdfunded vibrator, which really got people talking. We met our goal within 48 hours. And at the time, it really helped us to raise money as a company too, because we had such an overwhelming response, and it helped us as a company that's very early on. We hadn't even launched yet, to put this product out there and for people to embrace it so much. It really helped the potential investors, and also let us know that we're on the right track with this type of product and our approach. So that was in 2011. And also I want to give a nod to, there have been companies before my company who really spearheaded design and higher quality sex toys, brands such as Lilo and Jimmy Jane. So they started even earlier than we did. And I think there is something about being at the right company at the right time, having the right products. And I think that after we came on and having these other companies help to lay the foundation, it really helped all of us, to start creating better sex toys and better products that women don't feel ashamed about purchasing and buying. And overall, it all of us helped to kind of raise the tide for everyone. So I think in 2010, many brands, a lot more female founded brands, started coming to the space, which is amazing. I also want to give a nod to Cindy Gallup. If you haven't heard of her, Cindy Gallup is this amazing speaker. She has a TED Talk that has had over 2 million views. That started in 2009. And I think she's a personality, a woman, she's now in her 60s, who fully embraced her pleasure, and she encourages others to do so. And so I think her being so open about talking about pleasure, and also just her journey as a woman, about her own views on sexuality, it really helped to ignite and fuel the fire that I think has been, bubbling for a very, very long time. So, I just want to say, I really want to put these people out there and these companies out there, because they're really, part of the movement that I am part of. And I think for us, the game changers when we release this product, so I'm going to hold up a product. This is called Vesper. It's a vibrator necklace. It's also just removable, and you can just have a compact, slim vibrator at home. This is for external use only. Some people get really confused because they're really used to very phallic objects and not things that look elegant, made of surgical stainless steel, beautiful plating, that's also USB rechargeable, so, which is really nice. So this, has a little dongle and just plugs into anywhere. And this is the product we launched in 2014. And, to be perfectly honest, no one said to us, make me a vibrator necklace, okay? This is one of those products that I think, after talking to so many people and seeing what's going on in the marketplace, I realized people really wanted to be able to talk about sex. People wanted to be able to talk about their own pleasure and having self-love in a way that didn't feel weird or sleazy and things like, and all of those bad connotations. And so also building on my background of pioneering sex toys as jewelry, with Crave, we launched this multi-speed, beautiful, elegant, compact external vibrator. And it just really took off. I mean, there was something about this that people were willing to wear it out, to dinners, with friends, going to brunches. Celebrities we found were wearing it. We didn't pay them to do it. They just started wearing it, And I think that's when I realized we're really onto something, because when you have something that you're wearing out, it's a symbol, I think, of owning your sexuality. And now I'm not saying everyone has to wear a vibrator necklace to feel like they own their sexuality. Please do not feel like I'm saying you have to do that. Everyone has their own ways of approaching and embracing their pleasure. Some women are empowered by nudity. Some women are empowered by modesty. So each to their own. And so I think that's one of the things about this particular product, that it's a, edgy fashion statement, and it's a powerful statement necklace if you want to wear it out. And then at the same time, you can just remove it and just keep it by your bedside as an elegant, beautiful little vibrator. So, yeah, it's one of those things that no one asked for, but once we put it out there, we were surprised at just how viral it got, and all the stories that we were hearing back, like, hey, because I wore this necklace, it became this conversation starter for so many of my friends, and also my partner. Like I've gotten emails from customers that said, I have been wanting to have this conversation with my lover for a long time, and it was really hard, but then having your product, because it's so beautiful, it made it all the more easier to be able to start a conversation around something that we've been wanting to have. So that's just one example. And also we get plenty of comments from women who say that they've worn this out and they've seen other women wear it, and suddenly they're like, wink, wink, like you're in this like secret sisterhood, automatically. And they said that it feels so good to have another woman acknowledge it and to almost support you, without having to say anything, and yes.
I don't know if you're looking at the chat box, but
no.
Somebody, Yuko actually did say she's seen people wearing it in Brooklyn, right?
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I had no. Sorry, I'm just talking, and I didn't know that there's so many.
Yeah. So we're like chatting with you here.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much. Sorry, I'm just new to some of this. But yeah, no, it has multiple speeds. It's actually quite strong, and it's also very quiet. So I have it on right now. Like, this is a pulsing. Can you hear it?
We don't hear it. Yeah. Wow.
Okay. You can only hear it because I'm holding it up to this. Yeah. But that's one of the things is that, no one wants a really loud, gaudy vibrator, and so it's actually very quiet. It has 4 settings: low, medium, high, and pulsing. So feel free to check out Amazon or the reviews on our website. We don't filter them, so you can actually see what people say about them. And it's just one of those things that's surprisingly powerful and strong for something so small, for an external clitoral vibe. And also at the same time, just really, really elegant. And that's something I, as a designer, feel very strongly about. Across my entire line is that, so I'm holding up some other products. So this is called the Flex. It's all of our products are USB rechargeable, just to give you a sense of them, because nobody wants to have like all these docking stations and chargers and things like that. This is also another product. It's also a massager. It's just a really rumbly vibrator. So we have different products for different experiences, because there is no one perfect vibrator for every single woman, and it's all about providing different experiences. And so that's what I aim to do with a lot of our products. So as far as, how strong it vibrates, I think you're going to have to gauge, based on the reviews and whatnot. So I'm so glad to see people wearing it out in Brooklyn. That's awesome. So
how do you promote them? I mean, there's probably not there might be, is there like a show that you and Phillips and, the other people go to, or, I mean,
wow, I'm so glad you brought that up. So the biggest show in the world for modern consumer products, whether you're looking at cell phones, whether you're looking at cars, whether you're looking at, toasters, or, the latest oven, whatever, it's called it's called Consumer Electronics Show, CES. It is the biggest show on the planet. And I'm so glad you brought this up, because we have been banned from CES since 2016. Okay, just so you know, because we've applied, because we approach these products like anyone with a design rigor who care about manufacturing high quality products. So we applied to show at CES in 2016, and we were told no, because to them, sex toys or pleasure for women is very much immoral and it's inappropriate. That was the response we got back. However, now this is going to be a feel-good story, because in 2020, so this January, CES finally allowed sex toys to be, actually pleasure products for women, to be on the show floor, which it's kind of confusing, because people who attended CES, they have seen sex toy products for men all over the show floor, and no one has ever said anything about it. But it wasn't until a company called Laura DiCarlo, she makes these like robotic kind of phallic shaped, internal penetrative products. She applied for an innovation award in 2019, and she actually won from CES an innovation award. And then CES suddenly, for some reason, I guess people in CES didn't really know the awards, who was given to what, they rescinded her award from her, saying this is immoral, whatever. And she fought it. And because she did, this company, Laura DiCarlo, that is the reason why CES changed their policy in 2020. So as one of the early companies that was finally allowed to exhibit at CES, I am just, I feel like we're moving finally in the right direction. But these types of fights are things, as founders, and since 2008, we've had to fight all along the way. For example, we tried to do our crowdfunding on Kickstarter in 2011, but Kickstarter told us no. They kicked us off the site. And it wasn't until now, just this year, we launched our very first campaign with Kickstarter, because they have changed the rules. So these things are a constant fight and constant battle, but I think I like to report.
Companies like Philips, I mean, some big names are providing product like this. Are they experiencing the same struggles or no? Huh.
I think I would say because they have such a large brand, they can get away with a lot more. But when you're a small company like ours, we're highly scrutinized. And so what happens is that when we talk about promotion, is that across the board, social media is the modern way of marketing. Okay, and as a brand, we have been never advertised on social media whatsoever. We are completely banned from promoting, sponsoring, creating an ad. So none of that has been ever available to us for the last 10 years. So as a company, we've grown and have become profitable by purely word of mouth and organic growth. And I think strictly by the strength and the quality of our products and the customer service that we provide. So yeah, it's kind of an interesting conundrum is that, you know, people are ready to talk about pleasure, but yet social media giants. And also I encourage you guys to watch this movie that is just came out called The Social Dilemma. It's really, I know it is. I that's a whole rat hole. I know we can get into that. It is terrifying to me.
But hold on,
yeah.
Hi, hey, how are you, by the way?
How
hi. I'm sorry to interrupt, but there's another good question, and I want to just make sure you answer that before Ayse takes over. Is that okay?
Yeah, totally. Yeah,
okay,
definitely.
So Meredith asks, as an entrepreneur, were any particular challenges, disappointments, or setbacks contribute to your determination to have a company in such a unique specialization?
You know, the quote that Ayse shared in the beginning about, you know, you have to do, it has to come from your soul. And I think for me, what keeps me going every day is because I believe what I'm doing is something that contributes to the good of the world. And so that helps me to kind of, when social media tells me no, or suddenly some vendor tell me no, that we cannot, you know, feature your product in our our newsletter that we send out, I just try to take it in stride, because I just try to think that, hey, this is what I'm doing. I know is for the good, and it'll just take some time to overcome these companies with short-sightedness, you know, and just keep going. So the fact that I've seen Kickstarter change their policy, CES change their policy, I think it'll take time, you know, but like it's going to happen. So yeah, that for me is all more fuel. It's like, I'll show them. You tell me no, and I take that and turn it into like, oh yeah, let me show you. So yeah.
No, I just had two comments, if that's okay. The first one is I was on the board of accessories committee for CES, and up until recently. But had I been on there, I would have let you in. So we didn't overlap on that time, but I would have definitely let you in. The second thing is from my company, our industrial designer, she called me and said, I need help with an interview. I'm interviewing for a company, and she was interviewing with Spencer Gifts, and she said the main product category was your product category. And she said, you know, I've never designed for that before. And I said, it's an industrial design. And what they had told her in the meeting is they were looking for a very experienced industrial designer, because they felt that design was really a big element for selling the product. Not only the product itself, but also the packaging and everything. So she realized it was like a major industrial design job and was really excited about it. And that happened 2 weeks ago.
Oh, I'm so happy to hear that. That just means that all the effort of designers and female entrepreneurs and female founders that have been voicing, you know, how to properly approach these products, not from the male gaze, not from the idea of like, this is porn, this is trying to make money, this is really to support women and experiences that they want. And I'm so glad to hear that they are looking for experienced industrial designers, because that has been a huge challenge, because this category has been so taboo for the last decades. It doesn't attract people who are legit industrial designer, legit engineers, legit business people who come from, you know, like a sophisticated consumer product kind of company in the way that they think about things, and therefore the products suffer. But to hear that means we're making progress.
And I think that's actually, sorry, I have to, Denise, so sorry, because I do want to respect everyone's time. It's 6 o'clock, And but this is a conversation that's only the beginning of a conversation, and I hope that you can all connect with T on LinkedIn. And also, T, if do you have a newsletter or something you could put in the link into the chat?
Yeah, of course.
And
Yeah,
everybody here can follow you and kind of continue the conversation.
Yeah, absolutely. So feel free to follow me on Instagram or check out my website. You know, if you want to be on my newsletter, you know, on my website, you can also sign up. But yeah, no, happy to, you know, continue the conversation more, because that's what it takes, is to have more of these conversations for us to make changes. So thank you so much for your time.
That was so beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you.
For being here with us. You're an amazing designer, and also I love your how you think, not just in your category, but also beyond, as a woman and social activist. So it was just such a pleasure to be able to feature you today. So thank you for coming.
Thank you so much. Thank you,
everyone
Patty.
on our team, thank you for making this happen. And let's see, Seda, you have the notice for going out.
Yes. So, well, we started with women's pleasure, but we're going to end it with women's health, which is part of, you know, women's pleasure is part of that. We have an exciting project that we're working on right now to innovate products for women and women's health, primarily around these topics like menstruation, menopause, pelvic muscle fitness, and bladder control, which topics we never talk about, right? But it is important that we do. So we're doing a little co-design and a survey around these topics. So we're looking for amazing women of all ages who think about their health and specifically these topics. They are looking for better solutions to make their health experience, and or if you want to share pet peeves, suggestions, and ideas. So we will give you a little a link here, a survey link. So if you're interested in participating and sharing your experience, your knowledge, and you know, your thoughts with us, we'd appreciate it. And we'd invite you for the survey, and then beyond that, we do a co-design session or follow-on interviews at a later time. So that's it.
Awesome.
Thank you. You want to also share the online workshop?
Yeah, and our next online workshop is, yes, and our next online workshop is October the 24th at 1 p.m. We have a special discount code for virtual tea for our virtual tea goers. Another awesome 2.5 hours to design the life or work you love. So join us.
Thank you, Seda, for taking us out. Everyone, thank you for coming. It was a pleasure to see you today, and remember, every Wednesday 5 o'clock, please bring one person who's younger or more, a friend who's younger by 9 years or older by 9 years. We want to be able to have a very rich community here. So you can bring anyone you'd like for tea. Thank you, and thank you, T.